I was impressed with that move you pulled. Bang.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's me, it's G, it's DMC, the undisputed Pokemon Showdown champion. That's right, it's the Maverick, Mark Daniels, here with our team build, team strategy, team meeting, whatever you want to call it, for week 3 of the LCF. I know it's been a little bit late. It's been a while since we had an LCF video, which is strange, but I had a bye in week 2. Week 3, we're doing the battle at the end of the week, but don't worry, we have a bunch coming for you this week because today you're getting the team build, tomorrow you're going to be getting the actual battle itself, and team build for week 4, and then Monday you'll have my battle for against Jocks, 067 Jocks of the Viridian Venipedes. That will be happening on Monday, so you're going to get 3 days worth, 4 videos in a row of the LCF coming up. We're getting these next week's done nice and early. This week's a little bit late, but that's okay. So we're going to talk about his team. We're going to talk about my team. As you can see here to the left, I have my team built. This is the team I'll be using against JackFitz of the Manchester Mareeps. That's our opponent for tomorrow. And his team consists of, this is his draft pool. He has Diglett, Krogunk, Bulbasaur, Munchlax, Froakie, Zorua, Axew, Helioptile, Spinarak, Solosis, Wingull, and Litleo. So the biggest concern for me is the Diglett because it is an arena trapper, and I feel like he's definitely bringing the Diglett. I think he's bringing the Krogunk. My guess is Bulbasaur is coming as well. After that, I'm not so sure. I think either Froakie or Wingull will be coming. He might bring the Wingull in fear of the Drillbur, but either way, Chinchou has to come along for those guys. After that, I'm thinking maybe Axew for a little sweeping action, and then Munchlax. So those are the 6 that I'm guessing are going to be showing up. I could be wrong, and that's fine. I'm ready for anything he brings at me. But again, Drillbur once again coming in, going to be one of the most important teammates of this week. I think that's going to be a trend we see a lot because Drillbur is such a powerful Pokemon. But he's going to be my answer to deal with things like Krogunk, Helioptile if he brings it. If he does bring Wingull, I can Rock Slide his Pokemon here. Actually, do I want Poison Jab? I actually haven't even changed the Poison Jab. I was thinking about switching it up and go for Brick Break instead, which is exactly what I'm going to go for. Because if I go against his Munchlax, let me do the damage calculation real fast. I forgot to change that as I was building this team. But that's alright, we're talking about it, so this is a good thing. Drillbur. Okay. Brick Break. His Poison Jab is virtually useless against him. Brick Break, it does the same exact damage as Earthquake, so I'm going to bring the Brick Break anyways. It's got more use than Poison Jab. And C-Core actually made a good suggestion when I did my first week to bring Brick Break over something that's useless, just in case they do decide to bring Screens. And it's possible he may, I don't know. But we'll bring the Brick Break. But I can Rock Slide, I can Rock Spin if he has any hazards. I'm not super worried about hazards, honestly. I am worried about Elite Seed potentially when I switch in. Although I won't be switching in on a Bulbasaur, not with Drillbur. But his biggest answer for my Drillbur is probably the Bulbasaur or the Froakie or the Wingull. Those are the 3. But Chinchou can take care of those guys no problem. Maybe not Bulbasaur, but definitely the 2 water types. With him, I'm running Scald, Volt Switch, Ice Beam, and Psychic, Hidden Power. The reason I'm bringing Hidden Power Psychic is just in case I end up going against the Krogunk, especially if it's like the last 2 Pokemon in the battle. I can use Hidden Power Psychic to do about 60 to 80% of his HP. Maybe get a lucky crit, maybe knock him out, who knows. But I have to go Scarf. I wanted to go Berry Juice on him this week, but with Diglett having an arena trap, I think he's going to bring Diglett for sure. And I think his objective is to take out Chinchou and possibly take out the Growlithe as easy as possible with the Diglett because he can trap us, Earthquake us. So I have to bring the Scarf because Diglett's speed is 20 if he puts speed investment in, which I'm sure he will. It could be Focus Sash, which kind of scares me. It could bring Life Orb, which doesn't scare me as much because I can knock him out with Skull. But if he has a Focus Sash, he's going to survive unless I get a lucky burn off. I have a 30% chance, but still, scary nonetheless. So Chinchou is his life is at risk in this battle tremendously with Diglett out there. So I have to bring the Chinchou though because it is my best answer for Diglett with the exception of Feral Seed. But plus it's great, for Froakie, like I mentioned earlier, Wingull. Just a strong Pokemon in general. Love having the Volt Switch. priority. Plus, if he does bring Axu, I got the Ice Beam cocked and ready for Axu, which could be a problem if he brings it. So definitely got to bring Chinchou. I went Water Absorb over Volt Absorb. I don't think he's going to bring Helioptile. With me having a Drillbur and a Palisand in my pool, Chinchou having Volt Absorb, I don't think he's going to bring the Helioptile. I mean, it's not going to be that useful against me, except against my Fletchling. So if you really need something for my Fletchling, which he has, Diglett. Diglett can, Rock Slide. Although, I got Acrobatics, and Acrobatics has priority 5 full HP because of Goings. And it'll knock him out in one hit if he doesn't have the Focus Sash. So hopefully I don't have to deal about that. My plan actually is to immediately start off with Pharaoh Seed and get up a Stealth Rock, because if I get a Stealth Rock, if he does have Focus Sash, it'll break the Sash. That's my plan there. I think he could start off with Diglett, predicting the Chinchou start to just Volt Switching and switch out. So I think Pharaoh Seed is my best bet. He may predict that. He may not predict that. The biggest concern for Pharaoh Seed, though, I think, is the Bulbasaur and the Krogan. Bulbasaur, I don't really have an answer for Bulbasaur with Pharaoh Seed, and they usually run Hidden Power Fire. And Hidden Power Fire will knock us out. Now, we do have Growlithe and Chinchou that we can switch into that pretty easily, and Drillbur to a certain extent. But still, it's a little risky. Obviously, by switching this Growlithe, and hopefully it doesn't go for the Sludge Bomb, predicting that, because Sludge Bomb does quite a bit of damage to Growlithe, but we'll get to that here in a minute. But Pharaoh Seed, I think, is going to be very important for this battle too, because he's going to be great for Diglett. If I can predict the switching on Diglett and get Pharaoh Seed stuck in with Diglett, I can essentially, because I don't think he'd stay in, I don't think there's any chance that I can get a free knockoff off. I can get a full Bullet Seed off on his Bulbasaur, I guess, a Thunder Wave. I thought about bringing Toxic, but I think Bulbasaur would be the switch-in for Pharaoh Seed, so Toxic wouldn't do anything. I think Thunder Wave is my best bet there. But I think Pharaoh Seed is going to be a tremendous asset to our team here. Going to be great against Froakie, great against, Krogan is going to be tough too because of his fine moves. But I thought about bringing Palisand, but the weakness to water would have just been too much. Granted, I would have Water Absorb, I would have Pharaoh Seed, but I don't know, I wasn't feeling it. And Earth Power. Now Psychic does take out Krogan, and he doesn't have, besides Zorua, any other Dark Pokemon. I don't know if he'll bring Zorua. I don't have any Psychic Pokemon. I don't think he really. I mean, he can try to Pursuit Trap me and do some shenanigans. But with me having Pancham, I don't see him bringing Zorua. I really don't. But that could be a concern, possibly. Not to mention his Krogan could have Sucker Punch and do a tremendous damage to the Palisand. There's a lot of reasons why to bring the Palisand. But Palisand could have been a good choice here. But I just didn't bring him. I think with him having 2 water Pokemon on his roster, there's a possibility that he brings both. I don't think he will. With me having Chinchou, he could bring them both to try to bait out a Volt Switch for the Diglett, though. That is a possibility. But I think we're safe there. So Pharaoh Seed's going to be great. Growlithe, same as we did last time. He's going to be a physical tank here. Intimidate, he's going to be important for Krogan. I can switch into Krogan. Intimidate, reducing his damage, and taking damage pretty easily. And just either predict a switch and go for Morning Sun, whatever he switches in. If he switches in Diglett, I could be in trouble. Let's run a quick calculation, though, on that Diglett, because if he does bring in Diglett, I think Growlithe could still do quite a bit of damage to him. I should be able to live 1 Earthquake. I can live 1 Earthquake, and Flare Blitz should be able to knock him out. What about Close Combat? Close Combat won't. Flare Blitz, it says 100 to 122%, so I'd say that the chance of him being knocked out is pretty high. Sometimes it's a little inaccurate because you can put a little extra investment in defense, but I think Growlithe's going to be great too. Obviously, going to be used for that Bulbasaur, which I do think is coming for sure. Even if he does bring Froakie or Springle, I do have Wild Charge if I can predict that switch in. I have to be careful though, because if he brings in Diglett when I Wild Charge, I could be in trouble. But what I might do in that case, like if I'm against Bulbasaur and it's us, all our Pokemon are up, I probably would just go for the Flare Blitz. If he switches to his Water Pokemon, I can easily just switch into Chinchou. I do have Water Absorb. He doesn't know that right away, and that could cause some issues for him. So I think I can get a free switch in on the Chinchou there, which could bring out the Diglett, and if so, I'll probably switch it to the Pharaoh Seed. But plus, I could just switch it to Pharaoh Seed too if I want to. But I may want to try to bait out that Diglett. So that my plan is to try to bait out that Diglett and get it out as soon as possible, because that thing is scary. And the cool thing about Feral Seed too is even if he has a Focus Sash and I don't get the rocks up, Bullet Seed actually just knocks him out because it hits multiple times. So it breaks the sash and knocks him out. So I always love moves like that. But yeah, that's basically Grout's role here. He's going to be useful against these physical attackers. Even Axu would have some issues against Grout because they can intimidate him and they just try to do some damage to him. Even Helioptile, I'm not too sure. Spinnerack, if he brings Spinnerack to maybe get some sticky webs up, obviously it'll be super effective against him. But yeah, and Munchlax too, I have close combat, so I have some options here, and I think Grout's going to be a tremendous asset to the team. So I think my entire team's great for his team here. Fletchling, I'm bringing Fletchling mostly to take care of the Croagunk. If I have to get a revenge kill on it, that's fine. Granted, Fletchling is just a powerful Pokemon in general. Hitting Acrobatics and have a priority on it, it's so clutch. I brought Quick Attack this time over Roost because I don't think I'll have the opportunity to really heal. So I'm bringing Quick Attack if I need an extra priority and I'm low, and I get Stab on it because it is a normal type Pokemon, it's a normal attack. I can finish things off, and I was looking at some calculations on a normal day. It looks like it is about 40 to 60% alone. So Quick Attack can be very useful here. So that's really the only difference for my normal sets that I usually roll with Fletchling. Although I ran Flame Charge last time just to try to cheese in some speed as well as do some damage to his other Pokemon. Alright, so then our final Pokemon is Pancham, and you're going to notice something a little weird on this one. So he actually has no Ghost Pokemon on his team. So I don't know if Scrappy is the ability that I want to bring. It's basically useless against him. He has 0 Ghost Pokemon on his roster, so I don't have to worry about that. And then Mold Breaker, I don't really know if I need to ignore any effects. So I was like, you know what? Why don't I give myself a tremendous amount of type coverage and go Iron Fist and just power up all my punch moves with the exception of Sucker Punch, of course. That's Iron Fist says it does not power up Sucker Punch. That'd be OP. But Drain Punch takes out just about anything on his team pretty easily. Thunder Punch is going to be great against Wingull, Froakie, it KOs them. Ice Punch doesn't quite KO Axu, but it does about 60 to, I think it's like 40 to 60%. Actually, let's double check that real fast. I'm pretty sure actually it's actually more than that. I think it's anywhere between 60 to 80%. Ice Punch. I have my calculator open here. Axu. Ice Punch. Yeah, it does actually does 50 to 72%, which is still fine against Axu. So it does over half. So it puts it in 2 hit KO range. So if I don't get the Ice Beam off of Chinchou goes down early, which would be unfortunate. I still have an opportunity to take out the Axu. Azora, of course, Drain Punch. Froakie, Thunder Punch. Munchlax, Drain Punch. Bulbasaur, Fire Punch knocks it out. Croagunk, probably just Drain Punch. And we'll just trade punches there. Diglett, Drain Punch knocks him out. Litleo, Drain Punch is fine. I don't think he's going to bring Litleo, but Solosis, I thought about bringing Knockoff 2, but I don't think we're going to have an issue. I don't think he's going to bring Solosis. I outspeed him with anybody on my team, and I think maybe besides Pharisee might be the only exception there. I think we'll be just fine against Solosis, unless he gets a Trick Room, but I don't think he's going to run a Trick Room team here. And yeah, so Pancham has the potential to really take out anybody on his team, which is going to be tremendous. So this is the team that I brought, guys. I think it's a pretty solid team. I've thought about changing a few things. I hate running 2 Choice Scarves, but I really need the Choice Scarf here. I could run the Eviolite here, actually, and that might be a better play. Let me think about what I want to do here. I want to be able to outspeed Diglett primarily is the issue here. I do fear the Diglett. That's, to me, is the biggest problem on his team, followed by the Croagunk and Bulbasaur. Choice Scarf could be an issue here. Let me look at something real fast before I make my decision, because I might switch to Eviolite. That might not be a terrible idea. So, Drillbur. Okay, so, or I can go Berry Juice even. Earthquake actually takes out Diglett, which I thought it did. So you know what? I think I'm going to keep Drillbur with the Choice Scarf, and I'm going to keep the Choice Scarf on Chinchou as well. I think we'll be fine with that. But let me know in the comment section below what you guys think of my team. You guys think I'm ready? Again, I'll repeat his team for you one more time, and you guys let me know if I made the right decision here. So his team, his roster of 12 Pokemon are Diglett, Croagunk, Bulbasaur, Munchlax, Froakie, Zorua, Axu, Helioptile, Spinnerack, Solosis, Wingull, and Litleo. My roster, of course, is Chinchou, Ferroseed, Drillbur, Growlithe, Fletchling, Trubbish, Pancham, Tyrants, Togepi, Palisade, Alolan Meowth, and Cubone. I thought about maybe bringing Tyrants, and Tyrant would be a good Pokemon for his team. But again, it's just another Pokemon that could potentially be trapped by Diglett and have a hard time. But again, a free Dragon Dance off wouldn't be too bad. Tyrant's a powerful dude. I've used him in the past in some of my Showdown Sunday videos, so he could be very useful. And speaking of Showdown Sunday, we have a lot of Pokemon competitive coming up this weekend, guys. We have, like I mentioned, today we have the team build. Tomorrow we have the battle with JackFitz, and we also have the team build for 067's Jocks and Showdown Sunday. So that's going to be 3 Pokemon Showdown videos all in one day. That's a lot, but it's going to be great. We also have the Elimination Chamber coming up for wrestling, so we'll be doing the predictions on Saturday. I guess today, I'm actually recording this on Friday, kind of behind the scenes BTS, but so you'll be having the Elimination Chamber predictions coming up, as well as the review coming up this weekend. So we have a lot coming up this weekend, but good luck to JackFitz. He's a good battler. Should be a lot of fun. That's what it's all about anyways, is having fun. I enjoy this little draft format. It's my first time in a draft format, as you guys know. I'm having a blast doing it. And these guys are pretty cool dudes. And hopefully we do another one like this, and maybe a different format, or Little Cups. I like Little Cup. Little Cups actually, I mentioned this before, it's actually one of my favorite formats. I actually really enjoy Little Cups. So this is a lot of fun. So look forward to it. And again, a lot of stuff coming this weekend. So if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. That way you guys can keep updated and watch the videos as they come out and see when they upload. They'll be coming out all this weekend. So if you're interested in the LCF, interested in this draft format stuff, definitely give me a subscribe, because we'll be doing some more stuff in the next couple of days. We got plenty of Pokemon pack openings coming up for Pokemon Sun and Moon TCG on the Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. So if you're interested in pack openings, we have a bunch of those coming up. We have a new Let's Play starting up this week for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Although I am thinking about doing it Monday through Friday, all 5 days of the week. After this week, because we have a big weekend here, and I don't have enough time to really put all this out, I may not do that this week, but maybe next week, maybe we'll start doing the 5 days a week. We'll see. We'll see how we're at, because we have a lot of content on a weekly basis as it is. But anyways, guys, until next time, I am the Maverick Mark Daniels, bidding you a farewell, peace, and one love.